I'm a trucking across the USA. Yeah, I'm trucking just about every day. Yeah, I'm trucking. So what you got to say? I'd like to hear it today. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd like to hear it today. Hear it today.
Lisa B's in the
Trucker
house.
John OTR. Tuesday, Thursday.
B's in the
Trucker
house.
John OTR. Tuesday, Thursday. Live streaming on YouTube. 9 a.m. Pacific time. Won't you join me, please?
Kim
From
Hall
somewhere
in the house.
in the United States of America is Trucker John OTR. Who knows where I'll be live streaming from? It could be a rest area. It could be a truck stop. Or maybe even a Walmart parking lot. That's right, every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's the Trucker John OTR live stream. That's right. It's going down. It's going down.
That's right. That's right. It's a little chilly. I'm in the truck, even though I got a room over there at the Best Western. I just got to do the show from the truck. You know, I was going to do it from the room, and I thought, no, I got to do it from the truck. This is my thing. This is what I do. Right? I do this from the truck. So here I am in beautiful Sunnyside, Washington. And mainly you see the dirt lot that I parked in. Takes up half of that shot, doesn't it? And I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit. Well, then you just get more of that. But anyhow, there's some little farmland, and then past that there's a Walmart parking lot. And then there's some hills, and there's a lot of vineyards here. This is sort of getting out towards eastern Washington, and they grow a lot of besides, you know, they're known for their apples. They do a lot of apples and pears and stuff like that, but they also do a lot of you know, grapes, and for vineyards, for wine making. It's a big winemaking deal out here too. And I think that this hotel here, it's called the Grapevine Hotel or something. I mean, it's the Best Western, but then they have another name. And I guess their view rooms on the other side, because I did have a room on the other side one time here, and they have like a little orchard. And I don't know if Best Western owns it and they just did it so they could put that in their brochure or what, but you can, and they have a little patio, and you can go out and you can have coffee, and you can go out and look at the vineyard, and it's very nice, you know. It got down to then the 30s, and I think it's still in the 30s because it's a little cold. Good thing I got my nice warm cozy sweatshirt on here. So, let me transfer that coffee into my other good mug. So here I am in Sunnyside. I've been here since, let's see, I dropped a load at Walmart on Sunday night. So the first night I stayed just down the hill from here is it's a truck stop. It's a Shell, basically a Shell gas station with a cat scale and a big dirt parking lot. So I parked there the first night. And then here we are again in these situations where their loads are on the load board, but they're not ready. They're not coming up as being ready. They're not. I can't bid on them. I can't book anything because there's no. I got to get that green check mark. And here I am again, sitting here since Sunday night. And there's lots of great loads, but they're not coming up for some reason. They're not getting the green light, and it's frustrating. So I decided to go ahead and get a room yesterday actually, and then I went ahead and booked another night because I don't feel like sitting in the truck. I mean, I'm not going to book a room every night. If I'll move on somehow. I'm going to move on if there's nothing by tomorrow, if nothing pops up. But if there are these lows, but there's, you know, and I would like to get back. I haven't been home in Vegas since my son's wedding, which was September 11th, and then a few days after that I left. Been back on the road around the 13th, I think it was, and I haven't been back home since, and I really need to get back home. And they've got a bunch of loads on the load board that pick up from Vancouver, Washington, which is west of here, about 140 miles, I think it is, and they go to Henderson, and Henderson is basically Las Vegas. Henderson, Nevada. That's basically Vegas. So, and there's like there's like 5 or 6 of those loads on the load board, but none of them have, that the ever elusive green check mark that I need in order to bid on it. So, so here I sit in Sunnyside, Washington. Just waiting, and there's other loads too that I'll take. I mean, it's not like I'm just waiting for specific. It's not like I'm turning down loads just to get that load. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. That has a green check mark. There are loads that have. I mean, there's a bunch of loads picking up in the area in this general 150-mile radius area where I'm at, but none of them have the green check mark, and I don't know why. I don't know why. That's so frustrating. I kept my little sticker on there. Here, I should change that around. Let's see. Anyhow, so that's my thing. Or I'm sitting here waiting for those damn green check marks. So I'm just looking in here in the chat. Lisa B's in the house. Hi, Lisa B. Kim Mole was there. I'm only seeing 2 people now, so evidently people have left. But Kim Mole was maybe here, maybe there. Jolie's in the house. Thanks for being here, Jolie. And I guess that's it. Lisa B, Kim Mole, and Jolie. So thanks for checking in. I really appreciate it. Here we are. It's Tuesday morning. And a little bit chilly, a little nippy. 30-something degrees, I guess it is. It's supposed to get up to about 60 today, and so it's nice. I went for a walk last night. I went to dinner to Denny's, which is about probably half a mile from here. It's just down by, just down there. You gotta walk down a hill and walk down. So that's what I did for my dinner last night. And then walking up's kind of a bitch though, because we're up on a little hill here, and so that last. About 150 feet is kind of a little bit of a steep walk up the hill. But I did it. I made it. I didn't fall. I didn't collapse. Didn't have a heart attack. So that's all good. That's good news. That I made it. Made it up the hill. And then for breakfast, they've got complimentary breakfast. They have this is actually kind of a nice one where they have a little omelet bar. But I didn't get the omelet because I didn't see anybody, like, there was no cook or anything stationed at the omelet bar. So I just did. They had the stuff that's sitting under the burners, like they had like scrambled eggs and sausage, and they had potatoes with gravy, but no biscuit. I didn't see any biscuits. So anyhow, I just did that, and then of course later on, after I was eating, then I saw someone come out and started making omelets, and I was like, oh shit, I should have just waited or whatever. I don't know, but I'll be here tomorrow morning, so maybe tomorrow morning I'll get a nice freshly made omelet. It's always good. Lisa B says it's always good when you don't fall. Old people issues. Ugh. Yeah, because as it's getting older, you can just tell, like, when you're young, you could fall all over the place and it doesn't even affect you hardly. But now I'm like, if I fall, I'm gonna break a hip, and I've heard when old people break a hip, they die. Maybe I'm not quite that old yet, but you don't recover from the fall like you used to. Julie says, I don't stay anywhere unless they have a good free breakfast. Yeah, this one here is a pretty decent breakfast. I had, like I said, I had the scrambled eggs and the sausage and the potatoes with gravy, and I had coffee. And then, and I had a bagel. Oh, no, I didn't have a bagel. I had the English muffin. I toasted an English muffin, and that was good. And then, of course, I can't just be satisfied with like that one serving, so I had to go get something else. I went ahead and I had oatmeal, and oatmeal was actually pretty good. So I made oatmeal, and I like to put like tons of brown sugar and butter and milk on it. In case you're wondering how I keep so svelte, it's because of breakfast is like that. But and they also had the little waffle maker, which sometimes I do that. That's okay, but it seems like that's just a high, like, really sugar thing where I'll just get like a sugar buzz and then I'll crash a couple hours, I don't know, hour later or whatever. Like I'll get a sugar crash, from that Belgian waffle, and then you load it up with whipped cream and butter and syrup and everything. Again, that's how I keep this svelte thing going here. Belgian waffles with whipped cream and syrup and butter. Yeah, that's how you do it, my friends. That's how you do it. So, but yeah, I didn't do the waffle today. I just did the other stuff. But I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna definitely get the omelet, because I guess you have to, if there's no cook there. Because I think what another person did is they went and chased somebody down and said, "Hey, I'd like to get the omelet," and then they went and made the omelet. But when I was there, I didn't even see any workers there or whatever. So anyhow, Jolie B. I said Jolie B. I kind of combined Lisa B. and Jolie. Jolie, there's no B as far as I know. We stayed in a hotel in New York City. Ooh, fancy. It had such a massive free breakfast. It actually saved us money. We ate so much every morning, and none of us were hungry again until dinner. Good stuff. Wow, that's a good deal. Because I've been in New York City. I only went there one time, I guess. Yeah, just one time. And I remember, and it was like in Manhattan, New York City. And the place I stayed at, I don't even think they had any breakfast at all. Not even like, maybe they had bagels and coffee or something. But I don't even remember that. But I remember I found this nice little like New York diner, kind of like a deli diner thing. And I wanted to do that anyhow because I was like, I'm trying to like experience New York, And so and it was about a block away. And I remember going there because I was there for a few nights, I guess. Maybe just a couple nights. How long was I there? I think a couple nights there. And so I went to that deli diner place and had breakfast there. And it wasn't too bad, the prices. But I remember just walking around and like even there's like McDonald's and stuff, and it seemed like even their McDonald's, of course, McDonald's is at, even if it's a casino in Vegas, the prices are jacked up a little bit. But I remember I went to this big steakhouse there in New York City. It's kind of a famous one, I think, and I can't remember the name of it. But it was an excellent steak I had over there. But yeah, I don't think that the place I stayed at even had, like I said, I don't even remember if they had just bagels and coffee or anything like that. But it was like the cheapest room I could find that was in New York City, and it wasn't like a dump, or it was actually a pretty nice little place. And it had the rooms were really tiny, but they were really cool. They were like really made up really nice, and but they all had these little tiny rooms, But they were cool. I liked it. It was reasonable. This is like back in what was it, 2006, I think. It's been a while. And I went there because I won an entry or I don't know what you call it, a tryout or whatever, to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And that's back when the show was cool, and like Regis Philbin was still doing it, and it was still popular. It was like #1 hit show and everything. And that's when you had to, in order to get picked to even just go and like try out, you had to call. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember, like you'd have to call in like every night after the show. They had like an 800 number, and you have to call, and then if you could get in, then you had to answer, I think, some trivia questions on the phone, and then if you passed that, then they would call you back or something. I forget. It was really this convoluted thing. But I finally, and I remember doing that like for weeks and weeks and weeks, and finally I got it. I got in, and they said, okay, you're gonna, but the thing is, you have to pay for your own airfare and your own hotel. But I got like a ticket or whatever to go to New York City, to go to their studio or whatever it was, to try out for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I remember I booked a flight. I got kind of a cheap, everything was on the cheap, kind of a cheap flight. I remember I had a connecting flight in Chicago. It wasn't a direct flight. Went into to New York, whatever that airport was, I forget now. And then I had that hotel in the city, and it was like, I don't know, it was probably like a few miles away from where the ABC studios were, which were located down by Central Park. And I remember right around kind of real close to Trump Tower. I remember walking, looking at Trump Tower and stuff. But and back then, so I was still like, how old was I then? I was still in my 40s, huh? I think I was only like 46. I could still walk around and shit, And I remember, so I got up that morning. I had that breakfast at the New York Deli thing, and the appointment to go to the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tryout thing wasn't until the afternoon or the evening. It was like, I forget what time, but it was, I don't know, 4 or 5 or maybe later in the evening. And so I remember I'm just gonna walk the thing, so then I can really see the city. So I walked all the way down there, and I remember walking by like Macy's, and there was like the Empire State Building. I went to the top of the Empire State Building, did all that. I walked through Times Square. Just I didn't really do too much as far as like I did do the Empire State Building thing, but I didn't. But I just walked and was just looking, and I went into some of the stores. I mean, there was a store where they did, what was that Tom Hanks movie with the piano thing, Anyhow, I did all that. So I saw a bunch of stuff. Finally, and then I think I even ate. Oh yeah, I went and ate at Hooters. I think there was a Hooters there. And then, so kind of killing time or whatever. Then I got to the thing, and I remember there's probably like, I don't know, a couple hundred people that are all there for that tryout. And I think they do these like every day, or whatever, or at least like Monday through Friday. And so my group, we go in, we check in, and you go in, and then you take basically it's like a test. It's like it was just like in school, when you had the you fill in the circles, and you have, it's a kind of a timed thing, and I think it's like 100 questions or whatever, and you do it, you finish it off, and then you take it, and then they grade it, and then from there it's like they take, I think it's like the bottom 90% are eliminated. It's like they just take the top 10%, and I made it. I think I only missed a couple, and so out of the 200, now all of a sudden there's just like, was it down to 20? I don't know. It's been so long I can forget exactly, but like that test kind of eliminated like a whole bunch of people, and then after that you have to go in and talk to a producer, and they put you on camera, and they ask you a bunch of questions, and I thought it went really well. I thought it went so well that I thought for sure I was in. I'm like, okay, and she's like, okay, well, we'll get back to you, and she's like, if you don't hear from us within the next, I think she said 3 days, then that means you didn't get picked or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'll be looking forward to hearing from you or whatever. So then I left, and I remember I felt so good. I remember I called home. I'm like, I think I made it. I think I passed. I did really good. I passed the first test. Like everyone was eliminated except for like 20 of us or whatever. And then I had to talk with the producers and all this kind of stuff, and they were on camera, blah blah. I go, and I think I was really killing those questions they were asking me, and so I went. That's when I went and celebrated by having this big steak dinner at this fancy steakhouse there, and then I never heard from them. So I was like, I flew home, and I never heard from them, and I was like, fuck, I didn't make it. I was so depressed. I thought for sure I made it, but I didn't make it. So that was my Who Wants to Be a Millionaire story. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We got lots of stuff going on here. Jolie says they were in New York because our daughters had roller derby games in New York City, then in Philadelphia. Roller derby games? Like were they like in the league? Wow. I had a friend actually that I went to high school with, and she played in I don't know if it was a pro or semi-pro roller derby thing in San Diego, and she used to post pictures of it all the time. Lisa B says, I've been to New York City, but that's it. I've heard up north. Yeah, upstate is nice. I've driven the truck through there, up in upstate. So it's pretty green and lush and everything. Jolie says, we went to Statue of Liberty. I didn't, see, that's the thing. I didn't go to the Statue of Liberty, and I didn't go to Ground Zero. And I think that's why, because this was in 2006, so we're pretty fresh out of 9/11, right? We're like 5 years out of it. And like I said, I was up 20 blocks or whatever, 30 blocks up from where the ABC studios were, and I walked, right? I just spent the day walking basically down Broadway or whatever, and then it was getting close to the time to go in, so I never did go to Ground Zero. And one of those associate producers or whatever they're called, asked me if I went to Ground Zero. And I said no. I said no, I didn't have time. I kind of explained to her how I had walked all the way down from where I was at. And I told her where I was at, and she knew where I was staying. And they know the distance and everything. And I just told her, yeah, but I did see the Empire State Building, and I saw Broadway, and I saw Times Square or whatever. But I didn't have a chance to go down to Ground Zero. And I don't know. I really think that's why I didn't get picked, because I didn't go to goddamn Ground Zero. Because I'm from California. I think they think Californians don't care about 9/11 as much as New Yorkers. Like New Yorkers are like special people because they were the ones attacked. So I think I had a California bias. They were biased against me, and it was because that sort of nailed it. When I said no, I didn't go to Ground Zero. Fuck the fact that I had walked all day and walked 3 miles or whatever it was. And you know, so anyhow, I think that's why I didn't get picked. But believe me, I was nailing it. But I didn't go to Statue of Liberty. Didn't have time. And then yeah, I hung out. I went to Central Park, and I went to. I walked around. I saw that Tavern on the Green. I think I had a drink. I just went to the bar. I think it was a bar because it's like a restaurant, right? And I think I went in, and I think they have a bar. I think I just went and had a drink in there. You know, it's all we could pack in. We were only there for 3 days, 2 nights. Yeah, I think I was just there like that too. Jolie, at least be. I went to Woodstock '94 in upstate New York. West Webb, hey, West Webb's there. Says, hey gang, the video won't play for me, but just thought I would still offer my love. I wonder why it's not playing for you. Huh. I think Jolie and Lisa B and everybody's seeing it okay. Are you guys all seeing it all right? Is it, I wonder. I mean, I'm watching the thing here. It looks like it is. That's always frustrating. I don't know why. But anyhow, West Webb, thanks for checking in. Lisa B says, we went through the park and walked the main road past MTV when they were live, the stores. We didn't shop, though. This was way before 9/11. This is hi, Wes. We went, here's Wes. He says, I hope you're seeing, maybe you're seeing the show now. I don't know. We went to Manhattan in February 2002. George Bush told us to. I didn't go to Ground Zero at that time. It was still kind of a mess. Yeah, I guess in I think it was 06 that I was there. I don't know what. It was somewhere around there. And I think that time, you know, they had kind of a memorial set up, and I think they had the light beaming up. But I didn't make it down there. Went later, they had walkways built around it. Oh, you're getting the video now. That's good. And Jolie, she says it's fine. Okay. So it just took a couple minutes, I guess. You gotta warm up. The machine's gotta, you know, it's gotta warm up for you. It always buffers, but good now. Okay. Yeah, you know, I'm doing the thing from two turntables and a microphone. No, just an iPad and an iPhone, and that's my equipment. The main one here I'm looking at, that is shooting the show here is iPad. It's kind of, you know, it's a few years old now. It's the 6th generation, and I guess they've got other generations. I should either upgrade to another iPad, or I was thinking about getting a Mac. But then I heard that Macs aren't really that good for live streaming. That you should get a, you know, like a Windows-based laptop, or like I would have to use laptops because I do everything in the truck, right? So because eventually I want to do, you know, I want to download another app like Streamlabs. What is it? Stream. What do they call it? Not Streamlabs. It's I forget what they call it. But you know, you download that app, and then and you can do your show on there, and that's how you can play videos. I can get a green screen. You can play other videos, and I could, you know, do all that kind of stuff, which is what I would like to do eventually. You know, I would like to do a Don Jr. video and rip into him like Hal does, because Hal is my mentor, basically, in a nutshell. No, but you know, or whatever. I could do all kinds of things, and even though I like Apple products and I like Mac, I never had a Mac actually. I've only had the only Apple products I've really bought are my iPhone and that iPad, and now I have an Apple Watch that my daughter got me. But the computers I've always had like Windows computers, Windows-based computers, even laptops. Not my Toshiba that I have. That old one is a Toshiba. And I don't even know if that's worth, because that one's really old. I think 7 or 8 years old, and I don't even know if you can if I could do all the updates to it, or just, I don't know. But anyhow, I could probably buy a really nice Toshiba new or whatever for a fraction of the cost of a MacBook. The MacBook Pro Airs are like, I think it's called Pro Air or Air Pro or whatever. I was looking at them. I think they're like $2,600 or something like that. I could probably get a really nice laptop, PC, whatever, or Windows based operating system. I bet you for less than under $1,000 probably. I don't know, I haven't really priced them in a while, but at least half the cost of the Mac. So anyhow, I'm still kicking the idea around. Should I get a new iPad or should I just get a new laptop? And I think I'll get a new laptop because I do want to be able to do other things. Ding ding ding! My Nexar dash cam is checking in. Good morning, Nexar. How you doing? Nothing happened. I'm sitting here. Nothing walked in front of us. No vehicles, no people, not even a squirrel. Although, no, something was over there. So I don't know what you're seeing, Nexar dash cam, unless you're just saying hi. So let's see. Just checking in on the chat here. West Webb hasn't been to Manhattan since COVID-19, but I need to go back soon. Yeah, I haven't been back since 2006. The only computer that I have much success zooming with is a MacBook Pro, about 7 years old. My Galaxy 22 has the best camera. I had a Samsung phone. I guess it was a Galaxy, whatever. What was it? I don't know. But that was the last Android phone I had, and that was probably 10 years ago. And I had a couple of those Galaxy phones, and they were kind of cool and everything, but they always fucked up. They always would break and go out on me, and I'm out on the road, and I needed dependability. So I thought, well, I'm going to try an Apple. So I think I got my first iPhone was, I think, 7, I think. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I've just been buying iPhones ever since then, even though they, I guess, are more expensive. But I don't know. I've just had better luck with them with reliability. I'm out on the road, and I need a phone that works, not one that's going to die on me. And so I've had pretty good luck with the iPhones, but I was having horrible luck with those Samsungs. Macs are expensive, yeah. And then West Webb, you guys are doing like shouts. I don't know, Lisa B and Jolie, and then Jolie back to West, with all these parentheses. Not sure why I was buffering in the beginning. Just for me, Trucker John Vids. Yeah, we here at Trucker John Vids, we pride ourselves on the fact that we buffer, because we feel that buffering it adds something to the experience, right? I mean, sure, you can go to other podcasts or vlogs or live streams, and it's smooth and it's crisp and it just runs flawlessly. But who needs that? Who really fucking needs that, man? You come here, you're gonna get some buffering, man. You're gonna get buffering. You're gonna get freeze frames. You're gonna get where it just drops out completely. I mean, why have this tedium and boredom of a smooth show, right? So, yeah, we do. We here at the Trucker John Show are extremely proud of our buffering. I have expensive taste when it comes to computers. It's fine now. Just took a while. I'm just catching up with you guys here. Westwood, I can't afford to have expensive taste in anything. I hear you on that one, Jolie. I can't either. I mean, if I got the Mac, I could get the Mac, but I'd be like, why did I spend so much money on that? We've had good luck with Galaxy phones. That's good. I have a public school pension. I can afford stuff, but I'm so cheap. Oh, those are hugs. Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. Oh, Wes, thanks for the hug. I appreciate that. I'm always. I don't know how far behind I am. Am I kind of behind? Jolie said I've always had Samsung Galaxy phone and never had a problem with them. Well, I did, and I've been seeing the new commercials on where like they got folding ones, and they do all this shit, and they look really cool, and I'm like, wow, those look really cool, but I just don't want to. I just love my iPhone. But the new, all these new, the Samsungs look really cool with all the shit they do. I always think that when House Sparks has tech problems, make the show more dramatic. Yeah, it is. It puts you're on the edge. It's like, you know, when's it gonna go out? You know, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna get back? Will we ever? He was in mid sentence. God damn it! What was he gonna say? What was he gonna say? Yeah, it is the Trucker John experience. Oh, so the Foley phones is a crease, huh? I remember seeing that. They run some commercials, and they look fancy, and they got all kinds of really cool. Besides the folding thing, I think there were other things. But I think my next purchase is going to be a laptop. It'll be, you know, Windows based. It's not going to be a Mac. I guess I need something that is that would be good for live streams. Of course, they all have camera. All the laptops have cameras on them, so they'll have a camera. And I guess I have to add certain video cards to it, maybe, or like a video. If I do that, the stream for the streaming. What's it called? It's not called Streamlab. It's called something else. But anyhow, so I just need to find a good computer that would do that, and then we can make a pretty cool show, I think. Where it'd be in my in-cab studio. This is my in-cab studio here. As you can see, it might be a little bit off. I've got the graphics. StreamYard, yes, Lisa B, that's what it is. StreamYard. So, but yeah, for now, this is fine, I guess. You know, we can just have our morning coffee every Tuesday and Thursday. Cheers. Be helpful if I open the damn thing. And let's see. So, yeah, tea. Your drink of choice. Crack open a beer for all I care. Tea, coffee, wine, water, orange juice. Orange juice, that's a good one. So anyhow, let's see. Should we talk about anything in particular today? You know, sometimes I go off on political things, and then some people get turned off by it, and then they never come back. Like there was a gal we had a couple weeks ago, or whatever, who I kind of maybe laid into her a little bit. I think I chased her off because she was talking about how Democrats don't help farmers or something, and I didn't mean to scare her off. I don't want to run people off, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I want to get political or not, you know? I mean, I don't want to chase people off and offend anybody, because sometimes I do get a little, I can get a little you know, passionate about an issue, and it might come off as that I'm I don't know, being mean or whatever, but I don't mean to be mean, you know. West Webb just woke up an hour ago, so for here that'd be 8:43. I woke up. I set my alarm for 6:30, and I woke up at 6, and then so I've been up since 6. But I didn't really get up. I was like, you know. You pick up the phone and you start looking at all your notifications, and next thing you know, you're going through everything, you know. Next thing you know, it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I better go grab some breakfast before, because that stops at 9, you know, and then I want to do the show here at 9, so, you know. But so anyhow, Lisa B, I watch Michael Malloy, and he always apologizes and puts someone's butt hurt. I know. and I understand. I kind of understand what he's talking about, because he doesn't want to run people off. You know, but like there's a line. It's like, we have our own beliefs and our own opinions, and we want to stand by that. But then also, we don't want to offend people or make people so angry that they don't want that they just leave and never come back or whatever. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on your attitude about it or whatever. Lisa says, I want to say, shut the fuck up. You think you have it bad. You have no effing clue about life. Get a grip. Shut the fuck up. Or STFU. Maybe I shouldn't say the whole thing, right? It's good I don't have a YouTube channel. Well, you could make one. It's pretty easy. Actually, if you're on YouTube, everyone has a channel, actually. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I've been watching the Malloy thing, the whole romance. He's saw it from the very beginning. If you were on there, hey, Sailor Judy, glad to see you. I was just talking about Mike Malloy. And it's been kind of fun watching this romance with his new girlfriend, and I'm pretty sure you were there, and Lisa B was there on that first night. Like, I think Sunday before last. Was it Sunday before last? And we were all. I remember just watching it and just having this smile on my face, and I had this feeling like every single one of us that was in that chat room all had this smile on our face, and like we're just beaming as we're seeing this romance grow right before our eyes. We're seeing these two kind of like almost like falling in love with each other as we're watching. It was kind of a really neat thing. And now they're like, he's like, I'm off the market, ladies, and I got a girlfriend, and they're planning all these trips and they're planning all this stuff. I think it's really cool to watch. It's been really fun to watch that. Yeah, he was freaking out, but I thought she eventually called him or something. Because I remember he went on live. I was watching a little bit, kind of like earlier in the day. I guess he was all bummed out, and he likes to go on because it's like, I think it provides like almost like therapy for him or whatever, to be able to talk to people and get feedback or whatever. And I remember he just checked out because he's like, well, this isn't working. I still feel like shit or whatever. And then later on in the evening, he came back on and he seemed all happy. I think he had gotten a hold of her, right? Or she got a hold of him. Isn't young love so special? Laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I guess it's. See how long it lasts, I guess. She did call. I told her, see, you should listen to us as chat relationship experts. Yeah. Yes. God help anyone who listens to my advice on romance. Let's see. Just wondering if I can get this glare down. Am I coming all? I'm all like washed out, right? You can't see this beautiful face. There we go. There. I'll just do Vogue. I'll do thing. I don't know. Yeah, I need to. Oh, see, that's where it's coming from. I need to. I need to get something. I need to redesign my in-cab studio a little bit to try to get the glare out. Well, that kind of helps, but then it's like, oh yeah, see, yeah, it's just it's weird. Huh. Go over here. No, don't want to be over there. Yeah, I should put my shades on. I guess I could. This thing is I'll probably end up knocking over the whole thing. Let's see here. just trying to get this curtain around. But then I can't see. There. But then you can't see, because then, see, it's like, that's a curtain. That's the curtain. It's curtains, folks. Now I'm getting light from over there. Anyhow, that's what happens when you have an in-cab studio and the cab is a truck. I guess it's better that it's not like a cab. So yeah, so we've been watching that happen. I'm just like, I don't know. Oh, look, I've got my hands on my knees right now, and but then if maybe that had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just because I can't move. I better not move. If I move too far back, oh wait. Oh, I'm moving. Oh, don't go over there. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. Oh, now look what it did. It's just adjusting to every little thing, I guess. Every little thing. So, yeah, I got my sweatshirt on. It's actually chilly in here today. I could run the heater, but then it's so loud and just drowns everything out. So, I'll just have the sweatshirt on. And it's not that bad. You know. It's like I'm camping. That's the thing about being a truck driver. It's almost like you're just always camping, right? Did I happen to mention something about voting? That's why I need to get home. I need to get home because I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been back home since September, mid-September, and my ballot wasn't in my mailbox at that time, and I had to leave. And I haven't been back yet, so I don't have my ballot, and I can mail it in, but I don't have the ballot to mail in, and so basically, I need to get home, so I want to vote. We've got an important election, even in Nevada. We have our U.S. senator, who I think is behind in the polls by a tiny little margin, and we can't have that. Here's where I'm going to get passionate, maybe chase some people off. We can't have that fucking Republican win. We need to keep that blue. We need to keep that Democrat in that seat. And she needs my vote. She needs me. So I need to get back. I might just. In fact, I was thinking about if I'm not in Vegas by the 8th, right? The 8th, I'll fly. I'll fucking book a flight from wherever I'm at. If I'm up here in Washington, I'll fucking book a flight to Vegas and I'll go vote. That's how important this is. So, if the Republicans are trying, if there's some plot to not get me loads home, not to get me home or close to home by the 8th, you will not defeat me. I will book a goddamn airplane ticket and I will fly to Vegas and I will get my ballot and I will vote. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. You will not prevent me from casting my ballot. You evil Republicans. There, I said it. Whew, I feel better now. Yeah, so Wes Webb shaved for a funeral. Oh, sorry to hear about the funeral. Pretty sure who I am voting for going to wait until the 8th. Second time I visited here, really nice people. Will be here more often. Oh, thank you, Seattle Judy. I'm always glad to see you in the chat. And I kid around about Republicans. I mean, I'm a Democrat, and if you're a Republican, I don't mean to offend you. I just goof around, right? Seattle Judy, we are mostly friends from the House Sparks show. What town you in? If it's confidential, I understand. I'm a Republican, laughing out loud, although the Republicans call me a rhino. Wes Webb, you rhino. Yeah, they hate you. They really do hate you. They hate you probably more than they hate me. Um, we got Wes Webb is in Rockford, Illinois. I don't know if I want to dox everybody because I think I kind of know where everybody's from. They've all said, but a lot of people in that Illinois, Indiana area that are in the chat. I think Seattle, Judy, are you from Seattle by any chance? I believe you are, right? I'm in Washington right here in Sunnyside, but I'm from Vegas. But actually, I still consider myself a Californian. I mean, I was born and raised in California, lived my first 59 years of my life in California. So I still consider myself a Californian, but I've been in Nevada now for 3 years, so I'm a Nevadan, I guess. No, I don't know. Yes, I do. I go on Facebook and fight with her every morning. Sailor Judy says, "Hi Wes, I sub and mostly sub to the LA Cop Watchers." Yeah, Jolie, Indiana. Yeah, we know that. So we got Jolie in Indiana, Wes in Illinois. Kingy Streets doesn't come on anymore. I don't know. I think he doesn't like me anymore. But I think he went to upstate New York. Lisa B, aren't you? Let's see. Did you see the Commanders kick the Packers' butts the other day? Lisa B, you're back there, right? Aren't you Chicago area? Yeah, I think you're. Lisa B, I think you're near the Chicago area, right? So we've got a lot of kind of Midwesterners in here. That's great. Awesome. Maybe that's a good time zone because I start Chicagoland. Yeah, I start at 9, and so it's about 11 for you guys. Maybe it's a good time to start. Good time to start some stuff. Don't watch much sports. Only with friends. I was watching. My two main sports I like to watch or listen to, because I since I'm in the truck so much, I listen to stuff more than I watch stuff. And I've been a lifelong Rams fan, and as you can see, and Dodger fan, as you can see. And so I go through these seasons, like baseball season is a long season, 162 game season, 6 months long or more now. And the Dodgers just had this historic season, 111 wins. I think that's the fourth best in Major League Baseball history, fourth or fifth or something like that. And then they go and in the playoffs and they lose in their first round, to the Padres, and they look like shit doing it, and the manager looked like shit. So it's an epic fail. And now I don't even feel like watching baseball, although. I should. If I'm a baseball fan, I should watch the World Series. After the Dodgers lost, I watched a few innings of the Padre game against the Phillies when the Padres scored like 8 runs. They came back and scored 8 runs. I was watching that just because I was at this restaurant eating lunch and they had the game on. But I don't really feel like watching any more of the games now that the Dodgers are out. It's such a letdown. Like I said, I probably listened to or watched almost every single game of the season. And so you go through the highs and lows of the season and everything, and then they lose like that. It's just depressing. So I don't even feel like watching the World Series or anything like that. And then the Rams, they won the Super Bowl last year, which is great. And now this year they look kind of crappy. But they're still my favorite team. I don't give up on my team. These teams have been my favorite teams since the 60s. I guess I'm not so depressed about the Rams because it's kind of expected. They always have like the Super Bowl hangover, and usually when they, unless you're just a really great sort of dynastic kind of team, then they almost always, the year after they win a Super Bowl, they almost always have a kind of a crappy season or a mediocre season. They very rarely repeat anymore. Sometimes there are repeats, like I said, but those are kind of the true great teams where they've got a really great organization built up, where they are built to last for 4 or 5 years, at least in that kind of core unit, And today, so much of it really does change year by year. Like this year, they really have no offensive line. Their best offensive lineman, their left tackle, retired. And I mean, the guy had been playing almost 20 years, and I mean, he went out on top. They won a Super Bowl and he retired. So I don't blame him for retiring. But now they have this huge gap in talent on the left side, and you know, so they need linemen. Basically, that's the bottom line. This shows you how important linemen are. You want to, you want your quarterback to be good. You want your running backs to be good. Then you need linemen, and they don't have that right now. So I'm just hoping they can improve, and always hope for the best. But we'll see. Seattle Julie says, it's nearly impossible to offend me. Yes, I'm in Seattle, yeah. I retired 2 years ago to be near my kids. So I am in Astoria, Oregon. Oh. Astoria, is that by the coast? Over there? I don't know. I've probably been through there. West Webb's talking about watching movies and stuff. My best friend is a diehard Cubs fan, has season tickets, lives in Wrigleyville. Retired teacher and musician. So, Astoria is a cool town, Lisa B says. It's quirky. I'm trying to remember where it is. Is that along the coast? Astoria? I think I may have driven through there. Westwood played center in junior high football. Piano player, kept hurting my fingers. Didn't go out for the team in high school. Yeah, if you're a musician, yeah, and you need those fingers. I was a D lineman. But I played some O-line too. But I didn't play until high school. Until my sophomore year in high school was my first year that I played. And I was always a lineman, basically always a lineman, a little bit of linebacker. Mainly O-line, D-line. I was a tackle. Sometimes I'd play some nose guard. Then I played college ball, and I played some semi-pro ball, which basically is just a bunch of guys that played high school and college ball but weren't good enough to play in the NFL, but still want to play, still love the game. But that was fun, so I played a few years of that. Way up north, Oregon coast, go over the bridge and you are in Washington. Oh yeah, okay. I have been over there. I think there's like some wood mills and there's some industries up there. I remember picking up. Yeah, it's kind of a weird drive. You go out of Portland and you take that one highway and you drive like 20 or 30 miles and then, oh yeah, there's like those little towns. Yeah, I've been through there. I've picked up at a couple of different places up there. It's been a while since I've been there, but it is really cool. I like it. Yeah, then you go over the bridge and you're in Washington. Yeah, so oh, you got the arthritis. I think I'm getting arthritis in my hips or something. West went across that bridge. It's sort of scary. There's a few bridges there. Some of them are really high. Yeah. Let's see, it's a pretty town. Yes, trucker. Very close to Oregon, Ocean, Seaside, and Cannon Beach. Very close. Have you had snow? I just went through on Sunday. I came up from Weed and through Klamath Falls and then up through Bend, Oregon. And when I got somewhere between Klamath Falls and Bend, long stretch of highway, US 97, it must have snowed recently because there was actually tiny little blankets of snow, not that I saw. And I kept I'm driving and I'm like, is that snow? And I kept looking and I'm like, yeah, that was snow. So they must have got a little bit of snow over the weekend. on Saturday, I think, in Oregon, in like Central Oregon. You know. Lisa B says, buckle up, winter is coming. More pain. Bring on the pain. Yeah, along the coast there, I guess it does get some snow every now and then. But, West Webb, a friend who lives in the mountains of Oregon sent me photos of snow. So is that like recently? Because yeah, I was there. I didn't go through the like up in the main mountains, but like where I was at, it's a little bit lower. And yeah, I just saw little tiny little blankets of snow. You know. So yeah, up in the higher elevations, they probably did get a pretty good. But I didn't really see it. You know, like you know, you can look up in the mountains and you'll see the snow-covered mountains or whatever. I didn't really notice that, but they must have got a little dusting, you know, from snow. So yeah, winter is coming, as they say. Winter is coming. It comes every year. So we're still. This is still October. Yeah, we got plenty of time for the snow to start coming. But let's see. So here I am. This is Sunnyside. It's a nice day. And then it's kind of weird, or kind of not weird, but I got like this old barn. It's kind of picturesque, you know, thing here. Big giant old barn. And there's some more kind of orchards back there and stuff. And then there's the valley below. Alrighty. So that's where I'm at. So I went ahead and got another night at the hotel. And if I don't get any loads by tomorrow morning, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll do something. Yeah, I remember you said that, Wes. Sunnyside is a name of a major marijuana distributor in Illinois. That's funny. Jolie, I like all the seasons except spring. It's rainy and smells bad. That's funny. That barn would be a good place for a dispensary. Wouldn't that would make a good dispensary, I think. I don't know why I think that. But I just, you know, when you said that, I was like, hey, well, that they could make that barn into a dispensary. That'd be cool. I don't know. It just kind of stands out, you know. You could paint it green. And then they could have the Sunnyside dispensary out here too. See how that works? I'm thinking, man. I'm always thinking. So I guess I might call it a day here. If we've run out of things to talk about. Just I don't know, but I am getting a good signal today. Hasn't really buffered out too much. Some places I go, you know, you guys have been on my show here, where it's just really horrible and it keeps dropping, and we actually haven't had a drop too much, so that's nice. I don't smoke weed or anything, so I don't even know the prices. But at least we said the prices are very high. I guess in Chicagoland, Oregon weed prices are so much better, And then oh, what, I must have missed something. Oh, Wes, would have you noticed that Michigan weed is way better than Illinois? And Wes laughs and says we had two 80 degree days in a row. Yesterday was 70, today is the 50s, more like fall. And then he says I have way cheaper. Good thing I am rich. It's good for pain. Takes a lot of bit. See, yeah, I understand all that. I'm, you know, but I'm a truck driver and I am subject to random drug tests, and I can't have like I don't know THC or whatever in my system. In fact, I just had a drug test last week, a random drug test. So you just never know when you're going to get one. So I can't even just smoke a joint or whatever. And I haven't smoked any pot in probably at least 30 years, maybe more. Um, and it's not that I'm against it or I'm anti-pot or whatever, but I just can't do it. I can't really do anything as a truck driver. I can't even. I gotta even be careful. I mean, if I have a beer, I can have a beer or whatever. But like on my days off, and stuff like that. But let's say you got pulled over and they want to do like a breathalyzer thing, like for just regular drivers. It's what is it, point oh eight or whatever. I think for truck drivers, it's down to 0.04 or something. So you can't even do that. You can't. I mean, you just got to be careful. And I can't. I don't do any drugs. I don't drink. I mean, occasionally, like on my off time, I'll have a beer, a few beers or whatever. But that's it. That's it. And I know, that a lot of people are really sing the praises of marijuana for medical senses, medical reasons, and I'm all for that. But I just can't do it as long as I'm a truck driver. I can't do it. So maybe when I retire. So now we're really getting into the marijuana talk here. This portion of the show is brought to you by Sunnyside Marijuana Distributors. Thank you very much. Well, I just sprayed coffee on myself. So anywho, yeah, I can't do any of that. Like I said, I was in Phoenix last week. I dropped the load, and all of a sudden I got all these frantic messages like, "You got to call us, you got to call us," and I called back, and they were like, "Yeah, you got to do a random drug test, before you," because they wanted to make sure I did it before I did my next load. And so I had to go, and I Ubered over to the Concentra urgent care, and they did they took urine, they took my urine, and I don't know how long it takes, I guess, to get the results back. But you just give it to them, and then they seal it up and send it off to the lab. But I that's a good thing, as I never have to worry about that, because I know I don't do any drugs of any kind. I know I'm not drunk. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't go in there loaded. So I don't ever have to worry about not passing a drug test. Never have I ever. It's never been a worry. It's never, since I've been driving a truck since 2004. I've taken dozens of those randos and never had to worry about it. So but maybe when I retire, I'll be so fucked up with arthritis probably. Because I can feel it already, like in my hips and shit. So when I retire, maybe it'll be, I'll start getting, I'll be hitting the dispensary up probably. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm trying to. The glare's back. But I noticed we have a lot of potheads in the chat. So congratulations. I'm just reading the chat. I don't want to repeat everything, but it's very very intense type of things about managing pain, and that's all we want to do is manage our pain, right? Right. And I think it's great that finally, after all these years, marijuana is being more and more accepted. And I think what Joe Biden did was pretty good. Is kind of the first steps of working towards. I don't think he hasn't done it yet, but taking marijuana off of the what's that? The classification, whatever that makes it really like it puts it on. A higher federal offense. So he's taking the first steps to get it to be legalized on a federal level, not just in the state level. And there are so many other things that are derived from cannabis that don't get you high, but that do provide healing and pain relief. All those was it the cannabinoid oils and things like that, and that's becoming more and more available. And those are really, really good things that the pharmaceutical companies, even not only do they want to suppress, and they've always wanted to suppress cannabis and anything to do with cannabis, but they can't even provide some of the relief that these cannabis products can. So the reason it's been such a long, hard battle is the power of the pharmaceutical companies, with the power they have over Congress. And so that all comes back to we need to get money out of politics. It always comes back to that. It's always all about the money. And so it's not that we can't get things done. It just takes a hell of a long time with all of this big money interest, dark money interest, really controls the flow of our lawmakers and lawmaking. So, and then it seems like it goes years and years and years, and all of a sudden kind of like the dam breaks. And then you see, and then we've kind of been seeing that over the last decade or so. I think a lot of things on gay rights and just civil rights in general, and things that we thought we never would see, and then all of a sudden we're seeing. And now the Republicans are striking back. The empire strikes back, right? And we'll see if that works out for them. We'll see in a couple weeks here. We'll see if striking down Roe v. Wade. We'll see how that works out for them. I don't think it's going to work out the way they think. I think it's going to really bite them in the butt, and I'm glad for that. So, the water gummies, they are amazing. Wait, the water gummies? Funny, but not funny. I was doing under the table deals. Someone got to him, so I missed a bunch of your stuff here. Let me just back up real quick. Wow, I missed a lot. Something about Kush. but the kush. You're vaping and doing all the marijuanas, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm glad it's legal. So I just can't do it because I'm a truck driver. I'm not against it though. At least I carry 20-to-1 gummies on me, no high, just pain relief. Um, yeah, see, you get that where it's just the good cannabinoid oils are in there, I guess. Um, what's this? I had a med dog, but someone killed him. Probably saw on the news. He went missing for 3 months. Oh wow. Wow. So that's what I missed in the chat. Um, oh wow. Danny Rock. Danny Rock is in the house. Well, cousin Danny, how you doing, Dan? Where are you at? Are you at home or are you on the road? I'm just sitting here in Sunnyside, Washington, shooting the shit, and we're talking about medical marijuana and all the experiences people are having with it. Danny Rock is in Cincinnati at the dentist. Uh-oh. Are you in the chair right now? No, you couldn't be. Well, I hope that goes okay. I hope everything goes okay at the dentist's office. That could be sometimes, that could be a bit of a harrowing um, experience, I guess. But so hopefully that all goes well. Oh, follow up, nothing major. Implant complete. I could use a bong load. Not. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I could use a bong load, but yeah, we can't do that because we're truck drivers and we're subject to random drug tests. Like I was telling everybody, I had one last week. But yeah, I need to do that too. I need to go get an implant for my tooth. I just have to go just have a crown replaced. Yeah, boy, up in Cincinnati. How far is Cincinnati from where you're at? That's kind of, I don't know. Is that weird? So I guess sometimes you have to go special places for those implant places. Anyhow, Julie says I have to get Invisalign at 52. Yeah, I think my ex did that when she was in her 50s. I think she had Invisalign too. And it was, Danny Rock, I quit smoking over 10 years ago, breathing very well now. Well, that's good. That's good that you quit. I'm glad I never started. My son, Johnny, he smokes, and even though he says he doesn't because he's been having issues, some health issues, and so his mother and I, we get pissed off at him about smoking, and then he says he doesn't smoke, but then I saw him smoking when we went to his wedding last month. So, but what are you gonna do? He's a grown ass man. I can't make him not do it. But I guess you just gotta learn on your own. But I don't know. Used to be I had braces as a teen back when they were silver colored. Totally worth it. Danny, I live here in my truck, CVG International Airport. I live in my truck too, but I literally live in my truck. I really do live in my truck. I'm saving up for a house. So, for my retirement years. I think I'm just going to live in my truck until I retire. I'm 62. I don't know. Maybe I'll go another 5 or 6 years of driving. So I might as well just save the money that now, instead of paying for rent or a mortgage or whatever. I'll just save until I retire and then just buy something, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Jolie, I have adult tooth that never came down. Well, I just covered it with a bridge. It started coming. I just can't cover with a bridge anymore. Wow, it's kind of weird how teeth do. What they just decide to do. It's like, oh, just hang out here for a while and up here in the gums, and then boom. Truck or expensive a house. Yeah, tell me about it. It took me 5 years to pay off this thing. I don't know. Can you pay off a house in 5 years? I paid about 160 grand for this truck. I paid it off in 5 years, and now it's like I'm gonna be needing a new truck pretty soon because I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to baby this thing. I've got 800. I think I have about 824,000 miles, and that's really these Freightliners. I don't know how much more you can get out of them. I'm hoping to go over 1 million. I'm just trying to baby it. Maybe I'll get a couple more years out of it. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, we'll just see. Dead Rock, I'm on 14-3 schedule, going home. My new home near Dollywood, twice each month. Dollywood. Westwood paid off his house in about 7, but had the money from something. There's a thing that blocks the thing when it moves. From previous house. Yeah, I know it's like, oh, you're in the 50s now. I guess I'll come down to, yeah. It's like, what are the teeth thinking? Arm mortgage incentive to pay off early. Yes, those arms can be brutal. Oh yeah, they adjust that rate. You give you like a nice sweetheart deal at the beginning, and then they start, they really just stick it to you. Yeah. But that's good, yeah. Pay it off. Isn't it a relief? It's like it's like this truck. Paying off this truck, it was a bitch. It really was a bitch. It was to the point where, I mean, I almost got suicidal. I mean, literally at one point. I mean, because it was taking all my money just to pay off this truck, and I was still a company driver then. I hadn't gone into being an IC yet, and so I wasn't clearing any money, and I was broke. But I got into it for a few years, and I was like, okay, I'm not stopping now. I'm gonna pay this goddamn thing off. And then I finally paid it off, and I became an IC, and now I love it. I mean, I love it. I mean, especially now that the kids are grown. It's tough when your kids are little and you want to be home, because they're like, for about the first 5 years of my son's life and the first three and a half years of my daughter's life, I was a stay-at-home dad, and I loved it. I mean, I was there when they were born. I saw them. I lived with them every single day. I was like, I loved it. But then I had to get to work because I ran out of money. Doing that is not cheap and free. I mean, it's not, you don't make any money, right? You're just spending all your money. So anyway, I had to go back to work, and I got into trucking. And then, so here they are, little kids, 5 years old and 3-year-old, and they're like, God, I miss my kids. And because you're out on the road, especially when you're first starting, you're just out all the time. And I ended up quitting after about a year. And so then I was able to be home pretty much, I was doing a lot of seasonal work and part-time work that was truck driving related for about the next 3 years. So I was able to, so I got another 3 years where I was home with the kids a lot when they were still young. And that was important to me. I wanted to be with them. And then, but then I was getting broke again. I needed more than just part-time work. So then around 08, 09, I started doing more and more where I was gone more. And then by 2010, I was gone. I was full-time driving out over the road. And by this time, the kids are getting into like middle school and whatever. And so it's a little, you still, you know, I'm always trying to be there. I was always home for their birthdays and for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then a few times, you know, between that. But it's tough. It's really tough when you got kids and you want to be there, be in their lives, right? But now they're older. They're in their 20s. They're doing their own thing. My son just got married. You know, they're going to college and all that kind of stuff. They're doing their own things. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. So I can just be, I don't have to worry about any of that shit. I'm on the road. The truck is paid off. I don't have a $3,000 a month truck payment. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I still miss my kids. Don't get me wrong. I whenever we're together and it's time to go back to work, I always feel kind of sad because I wish that we could just be together all the time, you know, because we have fun and I love seeing my kids. But then I'm on the road. Other than that, right? I mean, I could just be out forever. I don't need a house. I don't need a home. I mean, this is good. I get a hotel every now and then. That's still way cheaper than any rent or mortgage payment. If I get a hotel 2 or 3 times a month, you know, that's really nothing compared to paying, you know, $1,500 or $2,000 or $2,500 for a mortgage payment or whatever they're going for, you know. Or if I had a house, it'd be probably just a small little motor home. I mean, a mobile home. I'd probably pay it. I mean, I'd probably just pay cash for it, or it'd be cheap. But it's still. The point is I could do what I'm doing for pretty cheap, and I love doing it. I mean, I'm not suicidal. Let's put that way. I'm not suicidal, and like I was at one point, and just you know, a few years ago, and I mean, it was a real low point in my life. And I'm on the road, and I'll be on the road driving, and all of a sudden I'll be like, I love my fucking job. I love this fucking job. It's so fucking great. I'm just driving and seeing the country, and I get paid to do it, you know. And I'm actually able to put some money away and save money. I'm not like before, where everything was going into that truck. It was the truck payment and plus a low wage. As a company driver, you're only making 33 cents a mile or whatever it was. So that's fucking shit. At least now, you know, I mean, I'm making, you know, $2, $2.30, $2.50 a mile, or sometimes it's $1.80 a mile or whatever. But it's a hell of a lot more than goddamn company drivers were, you know, making. So, so I love it, and if I can do this for the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 years until I retire, then that'd be great, you know, and I'll be happy. Let me back up here, see what you guys are talking about. Westwood says Danny Rock, an old girlfriend and her husband just set up a double wide in the hills near Pigeon Forge. Lisa B, they are making some nice double wides nowadays. I don't even need a double wide. I mean, I'll just take a, you know, a little single wide. Danny Rock, come live out here. I moved from Hollywood to Dollywood last year, although rarely home. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like the humidity and all that shit back there. West Webb, friend of mine has a truck repair company. He buys old trucks and fixes them up sometimes. Something about how older trucks don't have the spice shit and government requires new ones. Sister lives in Atlanta area. Can go through Smokies on my way down or up. I've had huge bouts with depression. I say never again, but you really can't control it. Yeah. No, you can't. You just have to be alert and recognize when you're getting too let me tell you something. I reached this one level that I'm just so thankful that I'm not a gun owner because I would be dead right now. I reached this point where I remember thinking about dying and killing myself. And for about, I don't know, probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I was totally, because I had been going through so much stress, and it got to the point where it's just painful and you just don't want to live anymore. You're just, so I got to the point where I was ready to give up, and the thought of death was so good. Felt so good. It was like all the tension and stress just left me, and I felt so lightened. Like the burden had been lifted off of me. I was like ready to kill myself. But I was actually in a Motel 6 hotel room. I had nothing. I mean, by the time I was thinking about, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, so I was like happy. I was actually feeling happy for the first time in a long time. Just the thought of killing myself made me feel happy. And then but then that thought only lasted, like I say, like 20 to 30 seconds. And then finally, I kind of got a grip on myself, or a hold of myself, and I was like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you fucking doing, dude? You're gonna get through this. This is good. This is stupid. And then I realized, I kind of came back to reality, I guess. And I was like, and then I got scared because I knew that I was just thinking, what if I had a gun in the nightstand next to me during that 20 seconds? Because guns are easy. It's fast. It's easy. Because the thing that slowed me down is I was thinking, like, what can I grab? Is there some sort of a rope or something I can make a rope out of, or is there something, And so during that 20 seconds, that took that time up thinking about how I could kill myself. But if I had a gun next to me, all you got to do with the gun is stick it in your mouth and pull the trigger. It takes 2 seconds. So I got scared, and I got thinking about it, like how I would have killed myself if I had a gun next to me. And so I'm thankful that I don't have a gun next to me. I don't own a gun, because I'd be dead right now, And then you wouldn't have the Trucker John show. So you think of that. Think of the ramifications of that, right? Yeah, there's little ones like log cabins. Danny Rock says it's beautiful here. People are flocking here from all over. 50 miles from Cherokee Lake. Double wide suite. Sounds wonderful. Valley Shadow of Death. I thought about crashing my car in an underpass. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. I thought about driving into another lane. Oh my gosh. See, and that's the thing that I'm afraid of as a truck driver, because I've heard of those stories where people, not so much driving into trucks, but I've heard about people just stepping off of a curb and jumping in front of a bus or something. And I think about, like, God, if I was the bus driver, I mean, just think of the bus driver, like what that would do, what that does to that guy's life. That he ran over somebody and killed him, even though it wasn't his fault. Like, a person was suicidal. I mean, it's just all the way around, right? It's just so bad. Westwood, I know what you mean. You can't believe you got let low. I don't want to hurt anybody else. Yeah. That's just something I didn't want to traumatize the truck driver. Yeah, I know. See, and I do think of that sometimes. Like I could just be driving along and somebody could do that. You just never know, Yeah, the world without truck drivers is unfathomable. Right, Lisa? Yeah. So if for no other reason, I'm glad I didn't have a gun next to me. No, but I mean, obviously, all kidding aside. I mean, I'm glad I'm here, and I want to be here, for my kids, and But in that moment, man, I was ready, and it felt good. That's the thing. See, that's the thing. You're feeling so bad, and then the thought of it. That's why people do it. Because I've always wondered, like, why did was it Anthony Bourdain or whatever, like the cook, the guy. I remember there was a whole rash of these of suicides. There was the first lady, um, designer, right, and then there was the guy from Lincoln Park, and all these people, and they seem like they've got successful lives, they've got money, they've got fame, they've got fortune, and you're like, why would they do that? Why would they? And then and that was before. I think that was all before I had my little thing, and then when that happened to me, um, I kind of understood, like, it doesn't matter. It's not about money. It's about the pain, and how the thought of it feels so good and so relieving. That's the draw. That's the thing that gets you, man. So now that I'm older, at least I recognize what's happening and go to the doc at first. Yeah, we learn as we go. Jolie Finding House show and making friends there pulled me out of a deep dark hole. Yeah. Jenny Rock, watch your language because I'm in the chair with other ladies listening. Oh. Well, okay. Sorry about the coarse language. We do that every now and then. But you should tell them to subscribe. You should tell them to go on YouTube and subscribe to Trucker John. That's the only thing I ask. Subscribe. And we are yet alive. Alive for another day, right? Another day, one day at a time. I guess that pertains to a lot of things, right? We just take one day at a time. But since that, I think I scared myself so much that I don't think I haven't been like that since. That was a few years ago. I'm trying to remember exactly when that was. Yeah, it's been a few years. But Danny Rock, 2 ex-wives, child support cases in a couple states, financial ruin. I can empathize with depression. West Webb, Joseph was laugh. Sorry, Danny Rock. Naughty. My Dennis and sisters are cracking up. West Webb, no ex-wives. So yeah, I hope they don't crack up too much if they're trying to. I hope they don't slip. Keep a steady hand there, Doc. All right. Me and my cousin don't always get along, but I don't want him to get fucked up. Oh, sorry about that F word. Anyhow. Yeah. So Danny Rock West didn't mean it. Smacks West upside the head. So boy, this show is really taking a turn. What we started off just talking about, I don't know, vineyards and Sunnyside, Washington, and now we're into suicide and depression. Yeah, you just never know what you're gonna get on the Trucker John show, right? It's like a box of chocolates. It really is. You just never know what you're gonna get. It's a wide-ranging topics here at the Trucker John show, live stream. I don't like to say Trucker John show because there's actually another guy on YouTube, believe it or not, that has the audacity to call his channel the Trucker John Show. And he may be a trucker, and his name may be John, but still pisses me off, right? That he would have the audacity to try to horn in on my thing. Well, we can talk about getting you a nice girlfriend. Well, I wouldn't want a mean girlfriend, so yeah. If you're gonna get me a girlfriend, make sure she's nice. I'd take an old antidepressant called Noxaprone. It doesn't work for me. We can switch gears to the Love Channel. Danny Rock, yeah, like a box of chocolates. Trucker John live stream is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you get Forrest Gump impression that's not very good. But I do know what love is, Jenny. Anyhow, I don't know if I want a girlfriend. Like I was saying, I mean, I don't want to put up with shit. I don't want to put up with the shit, man. Like, I don't know. I like being single, I guess. I like it. I don't have to worry about anybody's other shit, their problems. I don't have to put up with their headaches and put up with anything, man. I just put up with my own shit, you know? I'll probably just live the rest of my life single, you know? That sounds weird. I know it sounds weird. Everyone, you know, because everybody has a relationship. It seems like of some sort, married or, you know, boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. But I don't know, man. I guess I'm just weird that way. I just don't, because it seems like it always ends up being some kind of drama, no matter what. There's always some kind of fucking drama, and I don't want drama, unless I'm watching a movie, unless I'm watching a drama. But I don't want it in my real life. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just don't want to sound like some old curmudgeon guy. Is that the word, curmudgeon, or whatever? Like, And it, you know, I'm not putting down anybody who's in a relationship, and that's fine. And I know they always say, you know, it's not perfect. There's always gonna be, you know, a fight or an argument or whatever. I just don't want to deal with it, man. I just don't. So I'm on the road doing my thing. All I got to worry about is if this truck does, you know, will keep running. I'm gonna worry about someone else's problems, you know. Except for, I mean, my kids, right? And they've always got shit. There's always something pops up with them, but that's fine. That's my kids, you know. So I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If I get into another relationship, it'll happen, I guess. But I'm just not looking for it, and I don't. Like I say, I just don't want drama. I don't want bullshit. You know, I mean, I realize things happen and people have feelings and people have, you know, issues or whatever. I just don't want to deal with it, man. Kid Otto says he just messaged me on Discord laughing out loud. He said he had a doctor's appointment today. Oh, that's Jolie. For some reason I thought that was Dan. And I'm thinking like, why did Kenneth Otto message Dan? But it was Jolie. Okay, now that makes sense because Kenneth and Jolie know each other on Discord. But I was like, what? Okay, so Kenneth Otto, he had a. Well, okay. I'm glad I want to see the note. I want a doctor's note. He needs to send me a doctor's note signed that why he missed the show today. Damn it. Kenneth Otto with your... Yeah, I'm at the doctor's. Yeah, right. I better see a note. Girls seem to want relationships more than guys. I don't know. It's just... some people, I mean, like we were talking earlier, I don't know, Seal Judy might be gone, but, or Lisa B, you know, knows about Mike Malloy. And he really wanted a girlfriend, and now he's got a girlfriend, and he's really happy. But I'm not really interested right now. I don't know. It's weird. Like sure, there are times where I'm like, yeah, it'd be nice to have a girlfriend, and we can go see a movie together, or it'd be nice to go, like if I'm in Vegas, it'd be nice to have a girlfriend, and we can go see a show together, you know, like a Vegas show or something like that or whatever. But you know, that's what hookers are for. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what hookers are for, actually. But I don't know. It's just, but then all the in between stuff. There's a lot of shit, right? Something always happens. Something always comes up. You know, where there's some fucking thing where it's like, you know, you don't understand me, you don't get me, you're so insensitive, you didn't, you know, how could you not know that I felt this, you know, all this kind of, it's like, fuck, I'm not a fucking mind reader, fuck, I don't need this fucking guilt trip thrown on me, you know, I don't need it, and I'm old now, so I really don't need it. I have a few different non-sexual girlfriends. Yeah, it's like friends. That's fine. West Web, there is a game called Kind Words where you can give people encouragement. I'd say 90% of the posters mentioned wanting a girlfriend, boyfriend because they are so sad without someone. I'm a true believer that if you don't look, that's when the right comes. If you look hard, you get nut bags. Yeah, it does seem like when you're not looking, that's usually, or like when it happens. But I haven't been looking for a long time, so and I don't know. I mean, I think there's been a few times where I probably could have pursued something and I just didn't do it because I knew it was going to lead to a relationship or something, and I just didn't want it. I'm not ready for a relationship. One of the things I'm in love with him. I'm in love with House Sparks. I do admit to being a bit addicted left and right. Well, I mean, who doesn't love House Sparks? I mean, you know. Even and you're a Republican and you love him, so that's the power of House Sparks, right? All political stripes could fall in love with House Sparks. Westwood, I'm completely addicted to House Sparks. I know, isn't it funny? Like when he's not on or something, and it's like, no, where's House Sparks? But speaking of House Sparks, he'll be coming on. I believe he's going to be on today, right? It's kind of hard to know his schedule. It's all weird now because he's got so much stuff going on. So I always forget if he's going to be on or not on. But today's Tuesday, so he should be on at 3 unless he's traveling or something. But anyhow, let's see. So, boy, we talked about relationships and how much I hate people. How much I do not get along well with others. Does he have a certain time he's live? Oh yeah, well here's his schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Monday through Friday is 3 p.m. Pacific time, except Thursdays, which is 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's basically his schedule. But then he does all this other shit, and so it could get changed. I mean, it could, because he does like stand-up stuff, and he does stuff with his band, and then he did the Sexy Liberal tour thing, and so he does all this stuff, and so then the schedule is always subject to change, right? I don't want it to sub to get notifications in case I don't like it. I try not to sub to a crazy person. Well, you sub to me. But you can sub, because I don't get those notifications. I don't think I ever get his notifications. And I sub to it. And I even pushed, there's the little notification button, the bell. And I still don't think I get the notification. So I don't know if it even works. But yeah, you should check it out. You might like it. I don't know. Check it out. Check it out and tell them that Trucker John sent you. I don't know. We usually find out like at Christmas, not 2 weeks Christmas. You have to hit the bell. Oh, I think I did hit the bell. Was about hit Trucker John's bell. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for hitting my bell. Hit that bell. You ring my bell. Ring my bell. Woo-hoo. Oh no, is it buffering again? Is that me or you? Because I haven't seen it on my end. But who knows? I'm technology deprived or whatever. I don't know. But sometimes it does start to do that when I'm on for a long time. I think it just kind of says, okay, you've been on long enough, you know. Lisa B says it's fine. She's coming through fine for her. Sterling says sign up for Hal on Twitch. Their notifications works. I don't watch on Twitch. Use them for notifications. Wes Webb said stopped. So I think it might be on Wes's end because Lisa B said it's working fine. You were on the west side of the river, Wes. And then she says, oh, Jolie, that's a good idea. 4 watching was 6 likes. Is good numbers. Yeah. Woohoo! Make sure you hit that like button, people. Yeah, I wish I would get a few more people. Maybe if I, maybe if I had a really hot girlfriend, I could just put her on the camera. Maybe I would get more people. I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just have a really hot girlfriend and let her do the show. I don't know. Is Kenneth in here? Because people have been saying hi, Kenneth, but I haven't seen Kenneth. And I haven't seen him. Is he in there? If you're in there, Kenneth, if you're in there somewhere, if you're in the machine, raise your hand, say hi, because I don't see you. Lisa B, no, she'd be a psycho. Just say no to hot girlfriends. That hot girlfriends are my kryptonite. So, anyhow, if Wes says hey to Kenneth, I don't see Kenneth in here, but I might just have missed it. I don't know. When they hear your girlfriend, you usually think they are hot. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe so. Oh, he messaged Jolie that he was at the doctor's office, and I'm waiting for the note because I don't believe him. I think he just stood me up. Jolie is chatting with Kenneth. Okay. It's funny, I'm seeing the chat on my iPad now. See, that's the thing about this iPad. It's just really weird. A lot of times the chats don't even show up. That's why I have my iPhone over here, and you keep seeing me look over here because I'm looking at the chat on my iPhone. But I'm shooting the show from the iPad. This is high-tech stuff, folks. I know it's probably all going right over your head, but this is high-tech shit. You know, I'm on a 2-device setup here in the in-cab studio. I've got the iPad and iPhone. So, but now it's all kind of working all together. I'm getting the chat. I'm actually getting chat on here, which is weird because it almost never does it. Yeah, tell him he's gonna need to bring a note if he wants to get credit for today's show. Whatever that means. Anyhow, I'm thinking about doing. Here's what I'm thinking about doing as I'm looking at myself in the camera here, is doing hair transplants, where they take hair from down here and they put it up here because I think I don't have any eyebrows now. I think I'm eyebrowless. I think my eyebrow, I've gone bald on my eyebrows, so I need to do a hair transplant and just put them up here because it looks weird that I don't have any eyebrows all of a sudden. Just noticing that. You kind of tend to notice these things when you're looking at yourself in a camera thingy. I could just draw them in like Nancy Pelosi does. In-N-Out dentist got me like new again, no pain. But did you have gain? Is there gain? So they have dentists at In-N-Out? Awesome. I'm gonna go there. Eyebrows leave, ear hairs arrive uninvited. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Get that ear hair going. And Wes has clippers for that. But I think our I think everyone's leaving. Is everyone leaving? Are you guys leaving me? It says there's only 2 people in the chat, but I see Lisa B, I see Wes Webb, I see Jolie, and Danny Rock, and Kenneth Otto's at the doctor's office apparently. Maybe got more subscribers first priority. 4 now. Yeah, it went up to 4. It could be a buffering thing. Yeah, it could be. You can always get good advice at Ulta. Oh yeah, drawing. I don't know. I'd like to have the real thing. You know. Can't they do hair transplants? Just transplant it up here. I don't know. We won't even talk about what's going on up here. Won't even talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Enough about me. What about you guys? What about you? Is Kenneth here? Wes Webb just gave apparently Kenneth a hug. So hope everything went okay over there at the doctor's office. Kenneth, hope you brought your note. I still have not seen Kenneth in the chat, so I don't believe he's here. I don't believe he's here. Anyhow, Wes Webb, Danny Rock bought a motorcycle from a guy in Pigeon Forge. Dude was a moonshine sampler. Cooltownville. You bought a motorcycle? What kind of bike did you get? Is it like Harley? Did you get a Harley? Did you get a hog? Kenneth Otto's in the house. Doctor, can't you see I'm burning? Doctor. Okay, so hopefully everything went okay at the doctor's office. Anyhow, I'm glad you're here, Ken. A trainer. Say hi to Headens if you see him. A Yamaha 250. Is that a enduro type of thing? That's not like a road bike, right? I mean, that's a 250. Is that like a dirt bike? You didn't get a dirt bike, did you? You're too old for a dirt bike. A 250. How big is a 250? I had a 750 LTD once, a Yamaha 750 LTD. That was a nice bike. That was like 30 years ago. Oh, longer now, huh? Wow. Oof. That was a long time ago. 35 years ago. Anyhow, doing MFS this weekend. No dirt. V-Star. I don't know what MFS is. Motherfucking shit. Oh, I don't know. Well, anyhow, have fun with the bike. I was thinking about getting a bike. It'd be fun. I don't know if I get a Harley, but I might get like a big Goldwing or something. You know, that'd be kind of cool. It's similar to the ones the train with. Similar to the ones who trains. Like motorcycle trainers. My bro has one of those trike things. He likes it. Oh yeah, because those are probably, are they like, I guess, easier maybe because we don't fall over as much maybe. Motorcycle Safety Foundation. Okay, it's not mother. It's not whatever I said. Um, MSF. So that's cool. Oh, so then okay, so you're doing that, and it's like a training course, I guess, right? And then, which is the proper way to do it, which I never did, which I probably should have, because I had a bike. Like I said, it was like 35 years ago. It was a nice one, Yamaha 750 LTD. It was purple. Had a big seat in the back. You know, like you could put two people on it, right? And I just got on the thing and started riding. And I did pretty good, but um, I actually laid it down a couple times, and I was lucky that I didn't. I kind of scratched the just the side motor casing kind of a little bit. You know, like the that got kind of got scratched up, but the rest of it didn't get. I think it was okay because you know, you don't want to scratch your back up, right? And but I remember laying it down like, but just at slow speeds because I'd be so stupid where I was like going around a curve or sometimes just from a stop, and you know, like you're out in Apple Valley, and you know you get dirt on the road, a little bit of dirt and some rocks or whatever, and I guess I would gun it a little too fast, and then it's not like I was like totally gunning it, but I guess I would hit the throttle a little too hard or something, and the back wheel would just spin right out, hit that sand, and the back wheel would just kind of spin right out. I remember losing it probably 2 or 3 times where that happened to me, and so I probably should have taken a training course. I just did it like, you know, on my own, and I was lucky I didn't wreck seriously. Uh, Jolie was a great forger in high school too. Um, so Jolie was good at forging those notes, huh? Don't want to scratch yourself up. I remember riding your dirt bike. Yes, the dirt bike on Del Rey actually wasn't a dirt bike. I remember we had a dirt bike. I mean, I remember there was we had those dirt bikes that my dad kind of borrowed from a friend of his or something, and those were really cool. Those like were they? I forget, it was Suzuki's or something. But then I bought a bike. Um, it was a Honda, and I think it was just like a, was it like a 75 or maybe it was a 125? I forget now. And it really wasn't a dirt bike, but I used it like a dirt bike. Um, and I made in our backyard, you know, I cut out a trail, a really cool little, even though and the yard wasn't that big. And I used to just run that, but I used to, I mean, because I'd run it up and down the streets. You know, here we are like in, what, like 6th grade or something or whatever. Um, and I mean, I would run around the streets, like no license, no nothing. But, you know, it's Victorville, right? And but I made that track in the backyard, and I had fun. I had so much fun on that bike. Um, Absolutely, Julie. I was handwriting down you guys with your forged notes. West Webb, my sister and I all learned cursive from the same teachers. Our handwriting is still very similar. Um, all right, with the notes, you guys. Come on, man, stop cheating. I think they stopped teaching cursive. What a shame. Really, they stopped teaching cursive? I don't know if my kids can write cursive because they always talk about that too, like cursive. I don't know. I'm not sure if they. I remember because they would bring stuff home and they had to, you know, you do the line paper and stuff. But I think it was mainly like printing and stuff. I don't know. I'm sure if they even taught them cursive. That's weird, huh? They don't teach cursive. I don't understand that. But and my cursive isn't that good. It's not that good. And my son will see me write something in cursive, and he'll be like, "Wow, you're a fancy writer." You know, he kind of makes a joke about it, you know, because I guess they don't write in cursive anymore. I don't know. Danny says, working my way up to Harley, Prawley, CVO, Electroglide in Blue. Remember that movie with Beretta? And they filmed a bunch of that out in Victorville and Apple Valley. Lisa B, I knew cursive in kindergarten, but the teacher wouldn't let me do it because none of the other kids could do it. Wow, Lisa B, you were out ahead of everybody. Because I don't think we started learning it really officially like in school probably till what, like third grade or fourth grade or something like that. Electric Light and Blue, yeah, I remember that with and then that's why and you're a big fan of Beretta because of his bird, right? Yeah, look at there how I brought that in there. West Webb, I signed. Oops, something had jumped. I signed book for the funeral. Oh, almost everyone signed their names by printing. Really? They can't even sign their own names? That's sad. I know, right? This is Jolie. I always bugged my kids about their cursive when they were growing up because the school didn't care. One took it seriously and has beautiful cursive. The other one, not so much. Lisa B. First grade. But still, that's ahead. I think we didn't really start learning it officially until I think third or fourth grade or something. Danny Rock, blue is actually still my favorite color, regardless of political. Oh, that's good. Lisa B, I didn't go to kindergarten. My birthday in December. Oh wow. I love dark red, like maroon. Yeah, I like maroon. Otto, hello, for real now as I am inside and out of the car. All right, Kenneth, glad to see you're here. Awesome that you're home, and I hope everything's going well with you. And Lisa B, Danny Rock, blue has been mine forever. Here's a little homework assignment. Everyone should go and find a movie called Electric Light and Blue. It stars, what's his face, Beretta? What's his name, Robert? What's Beretta's name? Beretta. What's his name? Robert something? The guy that shot his wife. Lisa B, I had Whale Blue Walls and Metro was a teen. Robert Blake, yes, Lisa B. Robert Blake. Everyone should go. Maybe it's on Amazon. I don't know where you can find it, but you should go watch Electric Light and Blue. And no, not Robert Conrad. Robert Blake. Lisa B was right. Yeah. So anyhow, and you'll see basically where I grew up because they filmed a lot of that in Victorville and Apple Valley. And I remember actually watching one day one of those chase scenes was real close to where we were living, and I remember watching them film some of that. And then I remember when it came out, it was a big hit in Victorville at the old El Rancho Theater. Everybody went to go see that movie. It was a packed house, so all these location shots, you could hear everyone going, "Oh, there's La Paz Street," "Oh, there's Highway 18, or there's the Navajo or whatever." And so we all loved it because it's kind of cool seeing your hometown on the big screen in a big movie. And also, I thought the movie, I haven't seen it in a long time, so if I watched it now, I might think it's a stupid movie. But I remember, I think I liked it. I think it was actually pretty good movie. So you should check it out. Check out Electric Light and Blue. And then also you'll see the bike that my cousin Dan's gonna eventually get. He's gonna get him a hog. He's gonna be on the Harley. I think Harleys are cool. They're cool. But I was just thinking if I got a big kind of touring bike, like a Goldwing, maybe, because they seem smoother and quieter. In my old age, I don't know if I want a loud hog, like that. You know what I mean? They just seem kind of loud. So anyhow, Lisa B says, I used to live in Hesperia. It was okay, not enough grass for me to. Well, Lisa B, well, I grew up in Apple Valley in Victorville, so in the in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. I lived there. Danny Rock says Electric Light and Blue starring Robert Blake. Yep, left an impression on me. Lisa B, what? You don't want the potato, potato, potato? I do not understand that reference. Hopefully, Danny Rock, hopefully pass writer's course. I'm getting better with practice. Course, yeah, whatever. I got you. Does it be Danny Rock? Lifting it is the hardest, isn't it? I remember a few years ago, I was at the fair, the Antelope Valley Fair, and you know how they have like car dealerships. They have cars and trucks that you can look at, and there was the Harley dealership was there, and they had their Harleys out, and I remember. I don't know. And this was like a few years ago. I wasn't even as old and decrepit as I am now. They had all the Harleys out, and I went to go sit on one, and I could barely even lift my old leg up over the thing to get on the damn thing. And I was, so that right there, I was like, okay, I don't think I think my riding days are over. I can barely even get on the thing, let alone ride one. But if I did, I think I would have to do a course like Danny's doing and start off with the 250. You know, and take baby steps. But the sound Harley makes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I know. Now I got you. Lisa B. Jolie's laughing, and we're all laughing about the potato, potato, potato. Then Rock Lisa B. Probably yes. The V-Star I'm practicing on is only 300 pounds. I used to drive GMC Jimmy's 3 in a row. They had a rumble to the engine. Yeah, I mean that's different because you're like in a truck, but it just seems like being on the bike. You know, you're right on the thing, and the exhaust is right there, and. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fuddy-duddy. I'm being a fuddy-duddy, maybe. But I don't know. Like I said, I could barely even just get on one that was parked. And so I don't even think I could ride anymore. Like I said, I would have to start off small too, and even then, I don't know. I might just go with a quad and just do off-roading. I might just do that. Just get a little quad runner and just go buy 5 acres in Arizona and just cut out my own little trail. Like I said, I did a video, or I was doing a thing the other day about that. Maybe that'll be my retirement. Just buy 5 acres and buy a quad runner and just play out there. Anyhow, Lisa B. Trucker John doesn't want a giant vibrator too. He's like, no, I don't. Maybe, I don't know. What's with something about Captain Zippy? It's good to have dreams. Yeah, a guy can dream, right? A guy can dream. About retirement, about the golden ages. The other day I drove through Parker, Arizona, and that looks really nice because you're going right along the river, and there's all these like mobile home parks, and there's a golf course, and I'm just imagining it mainly being retirees and stuff, but I don't know. Like that looked like a cool place to kind of check into, you know. Jolie Lisby, I was just about to say how much I love Harleys, and then yeah, that and horseback riding, right? The girls love that shit. I wonder why. Happiness is a warm motorcycle. Happiness is a warm motorcycle. Wait, that's not how the song goes. Maybe a gun was a metaphor for a motorcycle. Happiness is a warm gun. Happiness. How ironic. John Lennon singing about a gun, and then he gets gunned down. Wow. Whew. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Dinner Rock builds confidence. 250 for the weekend, maybe YouTube. Tell the Dragon. It's close to where I've located. It's all fun and games until your leg touches the exhaust pipe. Exactly. Famous for touring Tell of the Dragon. What? Maybe YouTube Tell of the Dragon. It's close to where I've relocated. Julie, I've been horseback riding and on the back of a Harley. The Harley was definitely better. Yeah, I could see that. Never touch any exhaust pipes. Yeah, I know. I've burned my leg on the tailpipe a time or two. Yeah, proper attire. Exactly. I was just thinking. See, that's the other thing. I used to ride my bike in fucking shorts. I almost never wore a helmet. I mean, this is back in the 80s. I'm not even sure what the helmet laws were then. I don't think I even bought a helmet. And I used to cruise up from Apple Valley up to Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead. I think I cruised down on the beach a few times in it. Never wore a fucking helmet. I would just wear t-shirts and shorts and tennis shoes. And, you know, and you're cruising along, I don't know, what, 60, 65, 70 miles an hour or whatever on the highway. And I would think about it. It kind of would scare me that I'm just one old lady away from, you know, because this happened a few times, and it seems like it was always some old lady in a car would like just cut in front of me, like they didn't see me. And that's kind of why I got rid of the thing, because I had lots of incidences where people don't see you, you know, they just don't see you, and they cut right in front of you. And you've got to be really evasive and really you've got to be on top of it to make sure that they don't, you know, just sideswipe you or knock into you or whatever. So be careful out there, Danny. Those people, you could be in a big hog and they still don't fucking see you, you know. And I'm just wearing t-shirts and shorts like an idiot, no helmet. If I were to do it today, I would be like full leathers and a big giant helmet, you know, just to go down and get to the corner market, you know. So part of the training is proper attire. Okay, is it just really winding all over? A friend of mine, a tea bucket, accidentally put her leg on his exhaust. Yeah, that's right. I had a friend who had a car with those side pipes, and I think I burned my leg on his fucking car. Have you ever been out of Trona, Ridgecrest? Oh, well, yeah, Trona. That's where we filmed Planet of the Apes. And I don't know if you saw earlier times where I've talked about where I was one of the gorillas in Planet of the Apes. And they filmed all that out in Trona. We used to spend weekends in Pinot Valley, out where Jesus lost his shoes. No phone, no TV. Jesus lost his shoes? Yes, sir. Safety first. The new Euro Kevlar type of clothes are showing up more and more. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there are better safety clothes or whatever. What really? Yeah, I was a gorilla in the Planet of the Apes. I was gonna make a little video. I don't know if you ever watch my videos. You should. But yeah, bike clothes. I used to ride on the bike on my boyfriend's Harley in long hippie skirt, sandals, no helmet, completely dumb assery. We're just lucky, Jolie, that we've survived, right? We survived that shit because we did a lot. I mean, I'm speaking in general terms here, but I'm sure we've all done a lot of stupid shit. And we look back on it and we're like, what? And we're like, wow, it's a wonder I survived. I think I need some water or something. Happiness is a warm gun. Happiness. That's all You know, I'm not like House Sparks. House Sparks is amazing. He could take a song that's 30 years old, 40 years old, and he could just start singing the lyrics like the whole damn song. He'll know the lyrics. And me, like, there's songs that I've probably heard hundreds of times, and I can barely get the first line of the lyric out, and that's all I can remember. I wish I had half the memory of House Sparks, you know? But, and then I could dazzle you with my singing, you know? I could this thing. The water bottle technology is getting the better of me here. There we go. But anyhow, so, oops, what did I just do? Julie, some stupid crap we've done. And yet, here we are, still alive. Julie, so much stupid shit. Danny Rock, Baltimore tonight. And gonna run, cuz. All right, Danny, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Tell all the people down there, dentist office, to subscribe. Tell all your friends, everyone to subscribe to Trucker John. Share with your friends. And they're saying take care to Danny. Yeah, Danny, drive careful out there. Drive careful in the big rigs. Drive careful on the little two-wheelers. Yeah, safety first. Get that protective gear. Gear up and look out for those old ladies, because they'll fucking run right into you, man. They're the worst. Just little words of advice from Trucker John there. So yeah, we'll see you around. See you around town. West Webb, Xander might not even know the lyrics, but he can fake his way through any song and make it sound good. I'm not sure who Xander is. Be safe or be sorry. Did you see they finally started working on the Hard Rock Casino? Are you talking about in Vegas? Uh-oh. I forgot to plug in my phone on my I forgot to plug this in, and my iPad is about to die of neglect or something, or loneliness, or lack of electricity. So let me plug this in so we don't have an abrupt ending here. This is one of the longest live streams I think I've ever done. We're going for a record. This is the record, folks. Why is this not just plugging in? It should not be that difficult. Okay. Hopefully. Oh, Xander. Oh, Robin Xander. Yes. Okay. Anyhow, casino. Oh, in Rockford. Okay. Because I think they were making in Vegas. They have a Hard Rock. I think it's still there. I don't know. I thought I saw something about going on at the Hard Rock in Vegas too. Cheap Chick is involved. Cheap Chick is involved somehow in the new casino. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Chick got it started. Rick Nielsen. Yeah, he's the guitarist, right? I almost typed Trucker John. Well, that's I might go by that. I've seen their memorabilia collection. They put in bids, and guess what? Rick Nielsen bid one. He must be one rich feller. I like Cheap Trick. What's going on? What's going on here? All of a sudden, this thing came on my dashboard. That's weird. Oh, so I'm just looking. I got a message from headquarters, from Schneider HQ. They are saying that just some of our fuel discounts. We get a fuel discount, and in these certain states, Arizona, California, Oregon, Washington, will be 59 cents per gallon. And this is for Flying J and pilots and stuff like that. So we get about 60 cents off per gallon. And every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. And I have successfully completed my 34-hour reset. So I have a fresh 70 hours on my clock. That's good, because on Sunday I came in to Walmart. I delivered to Walmart down here in Grandview, and I only had like 30 minutes left on my 70-hour clock. And so, oh, Danny Rock's still here. Still here, though, driving hot my car with me. Truck in Ellesmere, Kentucky. Oh, okay. All right. You can stay on. You don't have to leave. The casino is currently located in the money guy. So anyhow, I was down to 30 minutes, and so I dropped that load. I did a drop and hook, and it's only about 5 miles maybe from here to there, and I was able to just get back here and park. And then I just parked. I found a parking spot right downhill here at the truck stop, little truck stop, and now I got a full 70 because it's been over 34 hours, so that's good. I got that going for me. Okay, the Tip Casino, which explains a few things. Yeah, so there was something going on in Las Vegas. I think the Hard Rock is still there. It's been a long time since I've been to it, because it's like off strip. It's off the strip a little bit. And I remember it was really nice. I'm pretty sure it's still there. But I think they're doing some big renovations there or something. At the Las Vegas one. I stayed at, a few months ago, I did a video. Like I said, you guys should check out my videos. Because sometimes I do videos from the hotel rooms. I get hotel rooms in Vegas for, pretty good deals. I get pretty good, I think I have pretty good deals. So I got this one, it's the Oyo. Now, the Oyo, if you've seen Oyos, those are kind of like these cheap, really bargain kind of hotels. And what they've been doing over the last few years is, I think, taking over other hotels that go out of business, or they buy them out, and they make these really like cheap bargain, no frills kind of hotels, right? But in Las Vegas, during I think the pandemic, the Hooters Hotel and Casino, I guess they went out of business or they sold it, and then Oyo bought it, and it's actually not bad. So I got a room there. I think it was $80, and you can watch the video. Go to Trucker John, look at just scroll through the videos, and you'll see one. It says, I don't know, you'll find the hotel one, a couple of the hotel ones, and I don't know, for $80, it's pretty cool. And they still have a Hooters restaurant inside there, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, there's a Hooters restaurant, and they had a Steak and Shake in there also. So I liked it. I mean, so you can go to Hooters and eat, you can go to Steak and Shake and eat. Then there's the casino, and it's just right around the corner from the Strip. It's right behind the Tropicana Hotel, which is right on the Strip. And this one is right behind that. And then I think Hard Rock. Did I just do this thing by accident? See, sometimes you can do that by accident, not even know you're doing it. But I think the Hard Rock is not too far from there, like another block down. In Vegas, not in Rockford. But anyhow, so not all Oyos are the same. Most of them are like these really cheap, no frills type of thing. But the one in Vegas, it's actually not too bad. It's cheap, and it's kind of nice. Anyhow, Lisa B says, I haven't been to Vegas since they put up all the new big hotels. It's been forever. Lisa B, you should go. And if I'm there, we could go have a Coke or something, you know. Bring whoever you bring, and we can hang out, you know. We do a live stream. Those celebrities are bringing in big money, are bringing in money, yeah. Jolie, I've never been to Vegas. Oh, now that the pandemic is over, they're going like gangbusters. They're going, you know, and it's like it never happened. Because the pandemic, it was almost like a ghost town for a while, and it was and the hotels were getting all like run down. They weren't keeping them up, and now they're going like gangbusters to get it all back to nice. You should come out and check it out. My cousin used to dance at Bally. I think they closed that. Well, Bally's is right next to the Paris Hotels. This is where we stayed for my son's wedding. And I just heard some sort of report where, like, right outside of Bally's, they had a shopping center type of thing. I think they just closed it all down because they're going to redo that whole thing and make it all upgraded or whatever. She made a ton of money and retired at 27. Wow. Only been to Vegas once. Not all that anxious to go again. And then at least Be Her family album has ZZ Top and Suzanne Summers in it. Loving It Loud. Wow. I'm not much of a gambler. Well, you know, there's stuff to see. There's shows. I don't gamble that much either. I almost never gamble. And then Danny Rock, I just reserved freaking room for a weekend. Gonna cost almost $200. How can I get my $47? You reserved a room in Vegas, Danny Rock? It depends on what night you go. Because I can get rooms at the Stratosphere for $17 a night, but then they always charge this goddamn $42 resort fee or something like that. But so still, it's like you know, $60 a night at the Strat. But that's usually like, you know, Monday through Thursday or whatever, right? I've never been to Vegas either, but I have watched Vegas Vacation. Yeah. Have you ever tried Airbnb, Danny? Jolie, I love to see it, but not to gamble. I hate gambling. I lose $5 and I'm pissed. I know, and so see, I've always liked to play blackjack. And in the old days, you could find dollar tables. You could find $2 tables, and then even $5 tables, all up until pretty recently, actually. But now, it's hard not to find anything less than a $10 table, and that's this little. I don't, you know, I like the $2 tables. I like the you know, $5 is the most. Now they're up to $10 tables as being like the minimum, you know. So I don't know. They're pricing me out. Never had so many ladies as I needed today. Laughing out loud. But this is out near Bristol. Oh, okay. I don't know anything about Bristol. Oh, near NASCAR. Oh, you know, I've driven through there, yeah, and I've seen that. I think you can see that track, right? It's kind of really a tight little like half-mile track or whatever, and I think I've seen that from the highway. Horse racing. Can just run some horse racing and highlight. Wow. My limit is $20 from West Web. My friends only played dollar slots. She was insane. Danny, no Airbnb for me. I'll be studying my handbook. So anyhow, I think I'm gonna have to call an end here, because once this thing, even though I've got it plugged in, once it gets so low, because now it's like at 10%, then it's like I'm expending more energy than what I'm bringing in, evidently, and it really won't charge. I mean, it's charging, it's trying to charge, but it's like a losing battle right here when I've got when I'm doing, you know, the camera and everything. So I'm probably about to lose my juice. I might be losing my juice. So, but I think, here's what I think. Everybody, Lisa B and Kenneth and Jolie and Wes Webb and Danny Rock should all plan a trip to Vegas all at the same time, and then we'll all meet up. We don't have to gamble. If we don't want to, we'll just meet up and just hang out. That's what I think we should do. Oh, now I'm down to 5%. Okay, all right, we're down to 5%. I got it plugged in. I don't know. I'm gonna lose this in a second here. So I just want to say thanks everybody for being here from Sunnyside, Washington, and I'm gonna be here. Hopefully, I'm not. I'm gonna be. Next show is Thursday, and hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll be on my way. I want to get back to Vegas, so. Hopefully I'll be there. Hopefully I'll be on a load somewhere and going and not just sitting here in Sunnyside, Washington on Thursday, right? So anyhow, I'll see you guys Thursday 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate it. So from Sunnyside, Washington, I'm gonna sign on out, and I'm really glad to spend this time with y'all. And
Battery 5.
let's see. Trying to get some music for my outro, but of course it doesn't seem to be wanting to for some odd reason. Anyhow, thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends. Go ahead and share it.
Battery 5. Connected. Battery 5. Connected to iPad.
Tuesday, Thursday, live streaming on YouTube, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Won't you join me, please? Somewhere in the United States of America is Trucker John O.T.R. Who knows where I'll be live streaming from? It could be a rest area. It could be a truck stop. Or maybe even a Walmart parking lot. That's right, every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's the Trucker John OTR live stream. That's right. It's going down. It's going down. Hello, my name is John Fowler.
All right, everybody, thanks so much. Yeah, could be from a sand lot. You just never know. You just never know where I'll be coming from. See you next Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, from my in-cab studio inside my old Freightliner Cascadia. See you guys in the chats around the interwebs. Make sure you share the show. I made this song myself on GarageBand. That's how talented I am. This is my own original music, so I can play it all I want. All right, I'm out. Ciao, everybody.